Hello, Leo. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor. And tonight, we're going to be reading your tea leaves. So, welcome, Leo. My goodness, it is almost Leo season. It's almost your birthday. If your birthday is, of course, aligned with Leo, you might be watching for one of your other signs. I don't always watch for my solar. Personally, I don't. I like to watch some of my more interesting. I have a pretty boring Virgo placement there. But yeah, welcome. And your birthday's coming up if you are a solar Leo. So happy birthday. Early, of course. And tonight we have, yes, the High Priestess. So we have this wonderful energy of those, well, I always think of kind of, the life-giving waters, the waters of the mother, the sustenance of life, that safe place to grow, to become, to learn to hear yourself again, to let the world quiet around you enough that it's just that cosmic heartbeat. And so we have her with us today. And she is a lovely energy, isn't she? So follow your intuition. I always say follow your intuition, but when the High Priestess is making an appearance, we know this is a great time for manifesting, for listening to self, for really in those moments where you think, I might be overreacting. I feel this thing. I'm worried about this thing, but I might just be overthinking. I might just be getting in my feelings about this. I might just be, I don't know, recalling old things and comparing and finding likeness and now I'm spiraling, right? No. We're listening to ourselves today. Right? We're hearing what the universe wants us to hear. We're letting it flow. Okay, Leo, let's turn this thing around. We're going to take a look. We're going to see. Okay, we'll lift it up. And let's take a look. Oh, yes. So, again, thank you so much for deciding to click on this reading. It is always such a great honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And it is. I mean, I'm lucky. I get to do something I love to do. Something that I feel called to. I mean, I really never in my life thought that I would find something that felt like a true, deep calling. And within, I don't know, what is it? Maybe like a year and a half, I both found my calling, my ultimate calling as being my daughter's mother, right? Being a mother, that has been the great calling of my life thus far. And the second is, reading tea leaves, doing this divination thing, really believing in, that ability and to put my time and efforts into it. And you know what? It feels like I've set myself free. So I want that for everybody. And I hope that's where you're at. If not, let's do this thing together, right? Let's figure it out. Let's get ready here. So we have the deer. Not just the deer, we have the stag. What is a stag? Oh, it is a powerful male deer. Now, if you can think of, you're out walking. I want to say it's morning, but I'm going to say it's evening because I want that like dewy end of the night. It's warm. Everybody's getting tired. It's kind of dreamy, a little bit misty. And you're walking and you're walking. You're walking through the woods. You're walking into a meadow. Something you feel, you sense something. You don't hear it. You don't see it at first, but you feel it. And it's a fiery, fiery energy. And you look up and you look across that meadow and you see right there, not just standing in the tree line. No, this thing isn't scared for you to see it. It wants you to see it. And you look at it and your eyes meet. And for a moment, what is that feeling? What are you going to feel? That first registering of here's this powerful beast. And the steam is coming out of its nose as it breathes. And you can feel these energies of it just kind of pulsing, breathing heavily. This thing is powerful. It could vanquish you easily. It's so big. It's like a horse on steroids, you know? So you meet this thing and that initial feeling. Will it be excitement, exhilaration, fear, the instinct to run, hide? Are you a silly like me? You want to go pet the thing? You're trying to sweet talk it immediately. You know? Hey, baby. You know? That's my greeting. So what is it? Because this is a holy moment. Now, maybe you have or have not read Carlos Castaneda. You might have heard some things about that guy. Some good, some not so good. As most of these kinds of teachers, you know, they live in that duality for sure. But he had this kind of thought experiment, practice, technique, visualization, right? And it was this: you're meeting the deer. What archetype will serve you? What archetype do you immediately become, right? Are you one that will retreat? Are you one that wants to take care of? Do you want to commune with this thing? Do you want to fight it? Dominate it? Do you want to run? Do you want to hide? What is it that you want to do? Now that's up to you, and that is an answer. If you want to share it, you can put it in the comments. Also, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I want to hear from you. If you have any prayer requests, I keep forgetting to say that at the beginning. If you have a prayer request, please put it in the comments, or you can email it to me at ulaishere@gmail.com. Sometimes it does take me a while to get back on the emails. I have given myself permission to only answer, like 4 or 5 emails a day. Anything more than that, it gets to be a lot with the comments and everything else. So I'm just being transparent here. It does take a little time sometimes. Sometimes I don't get emails for a few days and then, yeah. So anyways, I'm not ignoring you. I read everything that comes through, including the comments, and I just want everybody to know that I do read them for sure. And if you ask for a prayer request, of course, I'll pray for you. And so anyways, that's a huge honor for me as well. So we have the person right here. You can see there's the body, the arms, one outreaching to this deer. Now we have the head as well. Above the head, we have the number 32. It could be 31, but I think it's a 2. Unless you're writing those cool old, the ones with the little whoop and then the base at it. Yeah, I like those ones. I do use some of those shorthand kind of old school letters as well. Now, we also have over here the number 4. Okay, so what is it that you feel when this deer arises in your life? And what does this mean? How will this manifest in your actual life, right? And I feel like this will be an encounter, a situation, a scenario that arises that usually this would be probably a mundane thing, something that you don't even think twice about. Like the person you talk to in line to get your lunch, or something that you are driving past and you see, and you're like, did I just see that? Do I turn around and go look or whatever? I feel that it will be this moment where it's almost kind of like the entering symbol or the entering pattern, right? And you're walking through this gateway of perception. Your eyes are opening. Now, I want to emphasize, Leo, that I don't think this is the first time that your eyes are opening. You're not necessarily in that first, oh my gosh, what, that first awakening. Do you remember what that felt like? Very, confronting, maybe a little destabilizing. I don't believe that's where you are. I feel like you are a seasoned veteran of this spiritual path and having these sometimes intense psychic and spiritual encounters. Okay. So I think that you notice this moment in your life where you're like, okay, I saw this symbol, I saw these numbers, I felt the feeling. For me, often it is smell. When I start to smell an entity approaching, and it could be days out, I could start to really there's certain smells, I don't know how to describe it, except it's like when you just, even unconsciously, know how somebody's natural body odor smells. And it's a very kind of, like a musky, primal, very specific to this person, you know what I mean? So it is kind of that. I'm not necessarily smelling flowers and, hopefully not almonds or, whatever. No. I mean, that does happen as well. But in this case, it's usually a very natural, earthy kind of smell. But with also a sense of, kind of musk or something. And so you might be somebody who has, smells, or you start to have, I know I have a good friend who, when he knows that he's going to start, communing with entities. Usually he's a magician or a practicer. It sounds funny to say magician, I don't know why, but a practicer of the magic, the chaos, right? Anyways, he'll get headaches. He'll start to get those what are they called? Halo headaches, I think they're called, or aura. I don't know. Anyways, he'll start to see the fuzziness and the light, and then knowing, if this persists, it starts to get into, then the synchronicities start happening, and then it is the arrival and encounter, right, of whatever it is. Is it jinn? Is it fae? Is it macrobe? Is it, shape-shifting reptilians? I don't know. There's so many things it could be, right? But I do feel for you that this is very much a spiritual encounter, okay? Now, over here we have the coiled snake. Okay, the coiled snake. So, and one up here as well. Look at that. So I do feel that you have in your life at least 2, it is at least 2 people who are pretty cunning. Okay. I don't think that you surround yourself with people who are necessarily I don't know. Why are they cunning? Are they like conning people? Are they just very calculated? Are they narcissists? I'm not sure. We're going to look, but it feels like you have two people who you're always looking out for. And it feels like either this is work and family, or maybe a good friend, or a friend of the family, like a good friend and the friend's, husband or wife, or it's like somebody adjacent, right? You know them well, but they're kind of an adjacent person, because I don't believe that you would have a frenemy so close, like on purpose. You really are always going at it with your sister, right? And you're just going to be like best friends with her for your whole life, but you're always trying to snipe each other or get at each other or ruin each other's lives. No, I don't think that a Leo would live like that. Now, there are some other signs that might, but I don't think the Leo folks would have that kind of business going on at all. So we also have, look at this. We have a person here, and then we have a dog, and we have, obviously, that's a house. Look at that house. Now, they're standing over here, looking up, and it looks like daydreaming. Now, over here, it looks like we have two people, one here, one here. And to me, it almost feels like there's like the formation of the heart right up here. And it feels very much like, there's the fish, we have money coming in, we have resources. So I feel like, for you, it has often been that you are seeking a very involved relationship. I mean, I think that you want it all. You want the best friend as your spouse. You want the house. You want, the little bit of money to be comfortable, maybe not obscenely wealthy, although, I'm sure that's not the worst, but I don't think that you have like these unrealistic goals. Although, if anybody would have them, it might be a Leo. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I feel like, anybody who has achieved extraordinary things has had unrealistic goals, because they're pushing the boundaries. They are going into territories uncharted. And so I feel that, at times, you could be very unrealistic about things, but this is not one of them. I think this is like your most down-to-earth, realistic wanting that there is. And I wonder if this is something that you are, and I feel like it's this. Okay, here's why. We have underneath them, it looks like a tornado, but also could be like a slide or a funnel. And you step out a little further and you go off the side, right? And I think that's the thing, is that you have to continually remind yourself, I have to keep a clear mind about the relationships I have, because sometimes I feel like it's the right person, and maybe you've even been with them for some years. You just, I've been here for long enough. I guess I just gotta, bite the bullet. We're gonna get married. We're gonna do this thing. And it's not right. It hasn't been right. Maybe it's never been right, but it's been okay. It's been okay enough. Now, one thing about a Leo is that okay doesn't cut it, right? No. You are about passion. You are about living life to the fullest, to seeing where things can actually go, to heighten those heights, right? And so I feel that in this time, there's maybe a little bit of, I don't know that I want to go down the road of romance right now. I don't know if, of course I want all these things, but it doesn't feel like right now there's access to it But do not be deterred, because I do feel like it is coming. But here's the deal. You have this gateway into the spiritual realm that is really, it's like knocking at the door. Hello, Leo, open up. Let's go. Get in, buddy. We're going for a ride, right? So I feel like, and this is just my opinion, and maybe I'm a silly, superstitious old lady, and that's true. All of that's true. But my belief might be that, like, if you go towards that spiritual, it is going to lead you to the things that you want versus trying to chase this thing in your physical life that you're trying to make work and trying to put, the triangle in the whole thing and the hole, and it doesn't fit in the square and the circle and all, you know what I'm saying? They just don't go into each other. But that's spiritual. When we go down our spiritual paths, when we get into not only processing, integrating, but that real individuation work, that self-alchemy, that rising, that ability to manifest, to see the things that you desire coming into your life, attracting it, creating it, being able to see how to get the materials or the things that you need to do what you want to do in your life. And you become fluid. You become that Mercury, the quicksilver in these initial phases, right? And so it doesn't matter what shape the hole is, because you have done such deep work that you can fit anywhere. All of a sudden, all of the doorways are for you. And that's where I think you are headed. Now, we also have, let me just show you, we have the word Zen, Z-E-N. Okay, Zen. And I like it because it reminds me of the Edda, right? Which is the, and I don't know if I said that right, but that's that Greek letter that looks very similar to the alchemical symbol or the chemical symbol for lead, which is also Saturn, right? And if you know me at all, if you've been here at all, and you can see right over here, this lady is big on Saturn and Saturnian work, which is shadow work, oftentimes. So I feel like, so often, especially, for whatever reason, there are just some signs that like to live in the material. Leo, you're one of them, okay? Taurus, another. Scorpio, another. Even Virgo. Yeah, Virgo's another. But I feel you getting to this point where you're realizing sometimes the interior work gets you much further than trying to do it in life. Like, you just keep running into the same things over and over, right? And yeah, that's because we have to go inward. We have to do the work in our own psyche, in our own, dream spaces, our own interior temple. And I feel that that's the key that you're really starting to come around to. So we also have the name Ian. Ian, if that means anything to you. Okay. So again with the Z, and we have the number 61, and let's see, what time is it? Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to ask it. We're just going to do like 3 cards. I want to see. Give me some clarity about like what this final little situation is. We keep seeing the Z. We have, I have just a feeling of, okay, so I know where I'm going through the doorways, right? We're going to go towards the spiritual, I think. At least that's the intention, right? So what is going to be something that comes up in this next week after Leo watches this reading in the next 7 days from the reading? What is going to happen? What are we going to see play out? Oops. We have, okay, control. Yeah, and we have that kind of Saturn image once again. Okay, we have exaltation, to be lifted up, and romance. Okay, so there we go. We got that feeling. I feel like the duality here for you is this. I feel like I could lose control in this romantic, ordeal situation. And I think you are somebody who, now I'm not going to say, obsession, although you could be obsessed, but I don't mean that in some terrible, stalky kind of way. I think that you become kind of fixated, obsessed on the things that make you feel good. And I think that, romance is one of those big things. Now, you have a tendency to make somebody the whole of your life, at least in the beginning. You are somebody who loves to be in love. You like to have that. I have said this myself. I've said this probably many times. I do my best work when I'm in love. And I feel like this is the same for you. You are a creative person, and when you are in love, it flows. It just does. And so I feel that this alignment of your spiritual path and making some clear choices there, your romantic life coming together, at least these kind of impulses starting to rise again within you. So that tells me there is somebody around that you are either interested in, already pursuing, or you are in a committed kind of deal, right? I don't know what that looks like, but I do. I think there's like on both sides you are agreed upon, this is what we're doing, right? So and I think the ultimate thing here is tempering self, keeping yourself in check, checking in. Am I going too far with this? Is this the only thing I'm doing? Is this affecting my daily life? Am I staying up so late to be with this person that I'm not getting up for work every morning? These kinds of things that, listen, man, we've all been in love, right? We've all been obsessed at least a little bit, right? And we've all, seen our lives get a little bit loosey-goosey with things because that's where we're putting our energies, and that love and that romance, And so, I feel like this is it's just like temper self, baby. Just make sure you think about things before you, go all in. And if you've gone all in and you start to notice, okay, this is maybe becoming a little bit detrimental, or this aspect is, we just adjust. We adjust. That's what we're good at. 58. First lucky number 58. 65, 58, 65, and 48. Very nice. All right. Now, we're going to end with I want to do the Dreamers deck. We're going to do the Dreamers deck today. We'll see what these beautiful oracle cards have to say, or maybe they're affirmation ones. I don't know. Let's see. What does it say? What does the box say? Affirmation cards. Okay. Dreamers deck affirmation cards. And we'll start over. Right there. And it says, I know that each breath confirms that I am alive and far from finished. I'm just getting started. I am just getting started. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah. I am here for it. Yes, yes, yes. But first, can I take a nap? Okay. That's what I feel like for everyone. I'm like, yes, yes, I'm so excited. But first, I need a little bit of a nap. Mommy needs a little nap. I don't take naps though, dude. I wish I did. Oh my goodness. Do you relate with this at all? If I take a nap, it's a 50-50 chance. No, it's maybe like a 70-30 chance that I'm probably going to be in a somewhat crummy mood. And this is the argument here. I don't like having to start my day again. I feel like it's like you're being, ripped from the womb once again to come out into the scary, harsh world. And it's like, and then I can't really, depending on when the nap is, I can't have a cup of coffee afterwards. It's like 4 p.m. I'm going to get up and have a whole coffee and start my day again. So I don't even tempt myself because it's just, you're cruising for not a bruising, but just kind of a funky rest of the day. That's where it's at. All right. Leo, I want to tell you I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me ramble here at the end and probably in the middle somewhere. Maybe at the beginning as well. But I appreciate you. I love being here with you. Did I say like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to do any of those things? I got to say it for the algo. The algo loves hearing those words. So, but really, I do want to hear from you. And if you have a prayer request, I would love to pray for you. I feel that prayer is one of the most important connecting tools that we have in, base reality and beyond. But yeah, I feel super happy to pray for you. And if you want to pray for me, I would love that. I would be so thankful. We all need a little prayer. I don't care if you have things going on or not. It's nice to be remembered. Absolutely. All right, Leo, I want to tell you again, I love you. I love you. I love you. We're going to talk soon. The number 52 also came up. I'm just looking at it right here. Let's see. Can we see it? 5252. And with that, again, I'll say, I love you. Take care. Good night.